My name is DBoss. Real Life Matters is a show that features real people with real matters. I also don't let you know today that I have a power-packed inspired show that has entertainment, we have business issues, we have all types of things going on here today. So I have here in the studio again, and we had to bring him back, no other than millionaire investor Daniel Chin. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, DBoss. It's a great place. I love the energy. It's beautiful.
I know, and he is a millionaire investor, Daniel Chin, and he's Chinese, but he got a little bit of flavor in him, which he's from Trinidad. So.
Yeah, it's a nice country. Shout out to everyone in Trinidad there.
I know, and he's talking today about some really good stuff today that's going to tell people about investing and investments, because this guy lives, eats 365 days of the year. He works it, he does it. This is what he does. But I wanted to touch something on you. I'm going to push you to the max today.
Okay, push me deep. Go on.
Okay, well, you are not a believer in people that go to these investment seminars and learning how to invest their money, correct?
Well, I would say 90-something% of all the seminars and workshops at DBoss, I would say they're really crooks. They take people's money.
Right.
And but it is a money-making business. I don't want to say names, but it's
we want to know.
But I do get the people who come out of the seminars and the workshop, and then when they come to me to start investing in real estate, they're from a delusional world. They think it's very easy, but it's very different in real life. DBoss, very different. Yeah, there's no such thing as get rich quick. The things they teach in those seminars and the workshop.
So, but a lot of people gravitate to those things.
They do, because they market it very well. I mean, look at some of the stars on HGTV. They use their brands and then they market how you can renovate like Mike Homes and these things. But in reality, that's not how you really make money.
Okay,
Yeah.
so. You had mentioned to me off air and stuff like that some people who want to buy a home,
Yes,
are saving for their home, that they take their money that they're supposed to invest in there, or could use as a down payment, as you say, and went to one of these courses.
Oh yeah, they charge as little. Well, they suck you in the free seminar. You come. And then after, when you sign up, you have to sign up for the whole week. They upsell you. It's a money-making business at DBoss. When I started my education, I went to the library. I read books for free, and I was a voracious reader. Right? You don't have to really go to the seminars unless, for some reason you're not that confident. But I do believe that that money spent getting that education, and they can range from as little as $5,000 to as much as $20,000 or $30,000.
$20,000, $30,000 going to before you buy your home, that
Yes.
you're going in there and you're putting that money down.
Yes, I've heard. That's the membership fees. I've heard with there's this guy Scott McGilvery. They have a Keyspire. They charge about $20,000. They have other education companies like Real Estate Investment Network. They some have exited. They did not renew their membership because the value is not there. And the business has they really market the business, and it's a money-making business, DBoss.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm thinking, like a lot of people, they put their money, they do all these things, and and you've been doing this a long time. Like Daniel, he's extraordinary. He's a guy, and the reason why he's called millionaire investor Daniel Chin is he takes care of his parents, right? He takes care of his parents. He came from the banking industry, but he didn't do that. He went against the grain with all his family and stuff. He went against the grain and said, you know what, I'm doing investments. And he got a lot of rebuttal for that with his family, right?
Yes, so every interview, the boss always says the same thing. But what I would say, DBoss, is really and truly, the mind have to be thinking like a millionaire.
Right.
And it's not something that you can just all of a sudden wake up the next morning and then start thinking like a wealthy person. But when I started off, the first book I read was Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
And some of the things I read there, it made sense to me about how you become wealthy.
Wealthy, right?
So it's really, you have to when you're thinking that way, and like I mentioned to one of the gentlemen that there in the background. There was a book called from Malcolm Gladwell, Outlier. You spend 10,000 hours in what it is you're doing, right? And then you become great at it. So it's no different than when it comes to creating wealth, or if you want to run as fast as Usain Bolt, right? That's the thinking and the mindset that you need when it comes to achieving success.
Right. And also, can you tell us about people and their disbeliefs with the RSPs and the GICs and what's all that?
Yeah, so I'll tell you by example. I did a presentation September 25th in Hamilton, right? It was called Hacking the Risk of Real Estate Investing. And in that room, there was a gentleman named Ron. He was about 51 years old, and he has a family and and children as well. And it was very interesting, the boss, that he said, 51-year-old guy, and he has a few rental properties in Hamilton, but he says, Chen, I do not believe in RSPs. He put the money in the RSPs, tax-free savings account, and after so long, after doing it, you realize how the tax game works. You either get taxed on the back end or the front end. So, and when you're at that age, and of course, when you're doing it for a long time, and then you see, your accountant tells you how much tax you got to pay the tax guy, it's it's a wake-up call, because it's your hard-earned money, and then all of that money going to the government, and then the government spends it in the wrong places, bailing out some of the big companies like GM, who's exiting the end of this year.
Wow.
It really, the taxpayers, it has you really thinking differently coming for next month's October election. Are you going to still vote for Trudeau or not?
Okay. Well, what do you suggest the people to do with their money? Like instead of investing in RSPs and stuff like that?
Well, I would say invest in real estate. You invest in real estate, invest in what you understand very well.
Okay.
Right.
And if you don't understand, they can come and ask you, correct?
In real estate, absolutely. I'm very, very open, very reachable, but ultimately really invest in what you understand very well. Like, I do not understand cryptocurrencies. Some people became millionaires investing in cryptocurrency. Some people, did very well investing in cannabis when it was legalized October last year.
Okay.
But real estate is something very easy for me to understand, and that's what I do every day.
Well, yeah, we know that's what you do every day. But we're gonna get you on a personal note now. He's been on my show before, and I don't know if he has somebody yet or what's going on. So I want to find out what's going on with him.
Well, I knew you were going to.
You got all that money, you know what I mean?
I knew you were going to ask that question, the boss, We spoke about it off the camera, but, I would say, I'm no expert on that subject. Right? I'm no expert on that subject. When it comes to relationship, 80%.
Relationship, oh my gosh.
80% of everyone I deal with, the boss, they're women, right? So for some reason, women, I work very well with them, and 75% of everyone who works with me, they're all women. I would say they work much better than men. But when it comes to, and sometimes they give me advice on these things. No, it's true.
Well, you said you had somebody mature come after you, so I wanted to know about that one.
Well, I'll leave that for after the interview.
It's big as a number, right?
We'll probably talk, but
probably so.
Yeah, but it happens. It happens sometimes when you're very, you're young, or you have that image, you're successful, and then you have the money, you tend to shine, and you attract sometimes very beautiful women, and sometimes they.
But you need someone has something up in here too. He doesn't want to be looking good and there's nothing going on inside.
Absolutely, and I think a few years ago when I did an interview with you, and that time I was single, the boss asked me the same question, and I said, she asked me, what would you like? What do you look for in a woman? I said, she has to be very smart and beautiful, and I did find one over the past 2 years, but I would leave that for another day. Right? It's very complicated, the boss.
It's very complicated. Yeah. Well, you're complicated a bit too. So
well, it's the life of an entrepreneur. It's
because you work 368 days a year.
Sometimes you don't have a balance, and that's just the life of an entrepreneur. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do for the business to survive. Especially in these changing times, so sometimes it could really hurt relationships or even your marriages. But I think if if the money is good and the business is good, I think everything else in life could be good as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, can you tell people where to find you? That people that have never seen you before, so they know where to find you at.
Sure, you can Google me, Daniel Chin, Chin. Not Michael Lee Chin, Daniel Chin. Or you can simply, Google my company, Chin Properties, and you'll find me shortly.
Okay. Well, everybody follow him. You're on Instagram?
Instagram as well.
Because there's a lot of chins out there, so you got to get the right chin.
Yes, Daniel P as in Paul, Chin, Chin. Or you can just call the boss and she'll send you.
Or you look for Trinidadian chin. But anyways, I do want to thank you for coming again, and explaining to people some of those things that, that those myths. And, he does stand up with what he says, so I want to thank you. And, everybody, don't forget to follow me on DBoss _1 Instagram. You can subscribe to my channel, DBoss Networks. Just subscribe, follow me, support me, and support the people that come on, because this is good. But anyways, I want to thank you for everybody for watching today. And so bye for now.